Right. Sarah, can you type into the chat?
Yeah.
And Mary, I see you. Come on in, type into the chat. I want to see that you guys can use this function. Meow credit today. It should be at the bottom of your screen.
Can you hear me?
Now,
Can you hear me?
I sure can. Do you know how to type into the bottom of the screen? This chat.
Yeah. Okay. You need on like a notebook or something?
Mm-hmm. You guys are chatting privately, which is fine, but we do want to work on chatting with the whole group. Chat together. All right. So I'm just going to give the mini lesson now. If you have questions, please open up the thing that says participants, and you'll see there's a little button in the right where you can raise your hand, right, virtually, and I'll see that here, and then I'll unmute you if you have a question. So please go ahead and don't be shy, ask your questions. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and explain what today's lesson is all about and what I want you to be doing. So I asked you to comment on this because we say this all the time. I hear this all the time. He's got mad skills. It might be a little old, might be a little dated, but we said that back when I was in school. And we usually are talking about someone who has a variety of different abilities, or, you know, he can just do things easily, or he has a lot of talents, right? But this word skills, right? This is really what English class is all about. English class is not about, it's not about anything other than building your skills, right? So English class is all about getting better at reading, writing, thinking, speaking, making connections, all the cognitive skills. I loved that you used that word cognitive, Niley. That's amazing. I don't think I learned that word till I got into college to become a teacher. So you've got mad skills just for having that word in your vocab. Let me see if I can make this bigger. No, that's not a good idea. All right. So what we're going to be using this term is because, you know, it's a new age, digital stuff. So all these companies have been saying, hey, try this, try this. And I, of course, have had this objective to help my daughter. Last week I was homeschooling my daughter. So I asked a friend who's also an educator, how could I help my daughter build some skills that I don't know how to teach her in reading? And she suggested this website, ixl.com. This website is amazing. It has delineated all the different skills in both English and math, although we're only going to focus on the English side. So today I'm going to ask you to start the diagnostic. They tell me that it takes 3 class periods. It's about 40 to 55 questions. You can see that our learning target for this is I can sustain my focus on an online assessment to determine which skills I have mastered and which I need to continue to grow. So this is just a sampling of the list of skills that they have delineated, right? It goes on, and there's categories for vocabulary and grammar as well. So it's a huge list for each grade level, and this is the 10th grade list. I see my, oh, it's because there we go. Couldn't stand that typo, English teacher thing. But there's a huge list of skills at each grade level. This is 10th grade list because this is a 10th grade English class. And so these will be the skills that we want to make sure we master. And really what I'm going to be looking for, right, our SMART goal for the whole class, for everyone in ELA, is that they will grow in all ELA skill areas where there is focused practice, as measured on IXL.com. Now, when I say this, like where there is focused practice, that's where my job comes in, right? So first, you guys take the diagnostic, which is the computer will tell you what questions to answer. You'll do your best. Try hard. Try not to multitask and have other windows open or be texting on Instagram at the same time, because you just won't focus as well as you would if you were able to just focus on this task, right? So focus on this task, move away from it if you need to. I assume because the company is telling me that you can do it in 3 class periods, that it has a save feature and you don't have to do it all in one go. So you don't have to do it in one sitting. I'm going to give you the next 3 days to do it. I'd like it done by Friday so that we can make a plan for you individually, right? So that's my part as your teacher. Then I'm going to analyze the results of this and create a particular learning path for each of you. I might group people who are in similar skill sets and need to develop similar skills. If there's something that the entire class needs to work on, then we will, of course, work on that all together as an entire class. But I really want to get down to practice makes progress. And so all I'm looking for in this trimester is that there is some growth. Last night, one of my students already got on there and spent 40 minutes just playing in the learning part. And so that's awesome. And the more you do it, the better you get, right? Because practice makes progress. All right, so this is what I expect you to do. This is your assignment. You will go on to Schoology and you will find this there, the IXL assignment. You should already have received an email giving you your login and password information on IXL. If you don't have that, hang around after this, Zoom in with me today, and I will make sure that you get that information. But the login information for IXL.com was already emailed to you through them, probably last night, or maybe, yeah, I think it was last night. All right, there are about 40 to 55 questions. It's going to vary by student. It adapts to find your particular level. So if you get a bunch of questions right, it's going to give you harder questions. If you get a bunch of questions wrong, it's going to give you easier questions until they figure out where your just right spot is. So again, there's no good or bad on these skill levels, right? Like they may say one thing is you're low level on and another thing you're high level on. Wherever you are is where you are, right? It's like I got on the scale today and that number is just what it is. It's not good or bad, right? It has no meaning unless I give it meaning. So don't give any of the results of this meaning until you have to, right? Like, so let's talk together. Friday, we're gonna have a Focus Friday Zoom meeting and you can check in with me. I can do it one by one with a waiting room if people want. And that way you can have some time to process whatever the results of this diagnostic are, but don't stress on that. Just do your best, no stress. Let's see where you are by Friday. It'll be due Friday when a complete post, so when you've done it, when you've finished, you'll go back into the Schoology assignment and I've put there's a place to comment underneath the Schoology assignment. So please just post there to say I'm done, which will alert me to go back to IXL and make sure you're done and then give you the full grade. So every task we do here is going to be point valued, and this video of this lesson will be online as soon as it can export. So if you've missed this lesson or you've missed part of it, you will be able to go watch it again. And so just to review, right, this is where I want you to go. You'll be in go to your course. And I'm going to impersonate one of you so that we can see. I'll just impersonate this student so we can see the course from that student's perspective. Notice this is day 2, 3, and 4, right? So if you missed yesterday and you want to go back and complete any of these assignments, please do. I think only Niley finished the syllabus study so far that when I last looked. So if you haven't finished that assignment, go back and do it, right? You'll see that it's due today. And Thursday, these assignments are due, right? Which is day 2, 3, and 4. So I'm closing up day 1 and day 2, 3, and 4. Hi, Stella. I've got the IXL diagnostics. That's the assignment I'm talking about, right? You'll complete this assignment. And when you participate in the discussion, you'll answer this question, right? When you finish the entire diagnostic, post below about the experience. Was it easy, hard, frustrating, interesting? You type your thoughts right in here. The way that this is graded, notice, right? It's if the diagnostic test is complete, you've done every part of the English, 20 points. If you did almost all of it, 15, and I'll go from there, right? Post it in the discussion, you'll get 5 points. If it's complete, a complete sentence with good spelling and punctuation. Watch those eyes. Lots of people have been keeping the eyes uncapitalized. You are worthy of a capital I, okay? So put a capital I. And that's how this will be graded.
que sí. Dime, a ver,
Again, if you have questions, please go to the participant field and raise your hand and I'll call on you.
Para que te tras que se conectó tu teléfono, lo primero que se te fue ir a Instagram. So, ¿qué en el mundo?
And so there you go, right? So if you do finish this early, like if you just jam through it and you go all the way through it today, I did put some other things in here that I'm gonna want you to do before. I want you to sign up for this site, ReadWorks. And then there's one article to read on ReadWorks already, which is really interesting because this is from 2017. So I thought it was fascinating and had to share it with you. And so all this done by Thursday, Focus Friday, we'll check in and see where we are. Every day I'll come online and just have a Zoom open to answer questions. But if you're working on IXL and I can see that you're working there, then you don't need to come here unless you need me. All right. So I'm gonna stop sharing my screen and I'm gonna unmute everybody if I can do that. How do I do that? Manage participants, unmute all. And then let's see how we're doing. Hey Malachi, I wondered who student was. I'm gonna rename you. Huh?
So where are we supposed to go for this IXL thing?
So IXL is a website, and did anybody get the email?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did. It just took me straight here. It ain't tell me to fix
I didn't.
nothing. So